Evening, Coach. Oh, sorry, Diamond. I had no video. I apologize.
It's cool.
Courtney talked on Sunday that she felt like the team was turning a corner in that game. Obviously, it's hard to kind of parse after the ending to this one, but could you elaborate on that? Did you feel like things were coming together in terms of execution on the court and just a general energy level?
I mean, I still feel that way. Like, we're dealing with a lot right now as a team. Like, we're dealing with a lot. And even though the game ended the way that it did, like, I still feel good about where we're at. Like, considering, we're learning each other still. We're making adjustments literally every day. And so, yeah, like, I'm gonna stick with Sloot and whatever she says. And if she says that she feels good and we're coming together, then that's what we're doing.
The third quarter was especially, I think that was the best third quarter that we've seen from Chicago all season. Were there any adjustments that you made at the half to what Phoenix was doing, or did you see something differently from them that allowed you to succeed?
Oh, we just had to pick up our energy defensively. And, we're able to impact the game in a lot of different ways when we do that. Like coming back from 11-point deficit. So, it's hard, when we're playing with 6-7 players and our backs against the wall, but that's all we have right now. And so just gotta give it your complete and total effort each and every night and live with the results.
Thank you.
Eric Wilson.
Diamond, thanks for doing this. Just wanted to ask about your Oakleys. It seemed they were giving you problems tonight. At some point during the game, did they break or did they just kind of fall apart? What happened?
I got hit in my face hard enough for them to break. So, yes.
Okay.
Thank God for those.
Aside from that, this is now number 5, not in the column where you want it to be. And there's no time really to kind of stew about this one because you got to move on. So what does the team, in your opinion, need to, what's the next step, I guess, if you will?
Shit, move on. Like, you cannot get caught up in things like this in this league because, interest compounds in this league. And, like I said, we're still optimistic about our team and what we have and the pieces we have coming back and, just understanding, just trying to use each and every game as a lesson and learning from it. The only thing we can do is move on.
Thank you.
Cheryl raced out WBZ. Yeah, cool.
Hi, Diamond. When you look at this game and you talk about lessons to learn, what's one of the most important lessons that you learned from a game like tonight?
Time and score to close out a game. I think that we didn't execute in those last, we were up, I want to say we were up 8 with like 3 minutes to go or something like that. And, we sent them to the free throw line to cut that deficit. And then obviously the last couple of possessions offensively, I don't think we made the best decisions. I know I didn't, and I'll take the responsibility for that. But yeah, time and score is going to be really important for us to close out games. So.
You are going to get some people back. How big is that going to be just to have practices like normal? Have a game with enough people to, help with the game.
Oh yeah, whenever we can get, all stars back in the lineup, you do like to think that it'll help. So I'm pretty sure that, we'll be on the other side of this pretty soon and just looking forward to getting everybody back.
Thank you.
Nova Wilkes.
Hi, Diamond. How you doing tonight?
I've been better.
Okay. It was a tough way to lose, but I just want to ask you, even though it's 5 losses in a row, do you feel like with all the adversity you guys are going through right now, do you feel like this just adds to your story that can possibly just add to your championship story at the end of the season?
Well, yeah, everyone loves a good story. But we're in it right now, so it doesn't feel too good. But like I said, this is something that we got to learn from. We're not gonna make the excuse of being like, okay, well, we got this player out and this player out. It is what it is right now, and thankfully we do have players on the bench that can give us good minutes and can give us good productivity. But I can't predict the future. But in the end, yeah, that would be great. Great story.
Thank you, Diamond.
Thank you, Diamond. We'll have Courtney Vandersloot up next. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us. We'll start with Eric Wilson.
Coach, appreciate your time tonight. I just wanted to ask you, was this game tonight truly about the runs, or was it just transition or defense? What was one of the things that wasn't working in your favor this evening? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'll unmute you real quick, James. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I mean, we fought. We just couldn't put it together at the end there. But we put ourselves in a position to win after going in at halftime. We made some adjustments, and they did good in the second half. I think we outscored them by 10 in the second half. We just couldn't pull it out of there.
And, Diamond talked about the fact that, you don't have time to really sit about this and really think about this. You got to move forward.
Yeah.
But I know when you look at this tape, you're going to see some things. Can we just talk about the starters who are playing right now, the Astus, the Ruthis, and even with Lexi coming in this evening, what does this mean for your team, knowing that when you do get to be a full healthy team, when you have Stephanie and Candace and Allie back, how impressed have you been with the resiliency of, I guess, your second, I don't want to call them second string, but those who are starting right now?
I appreciate their resilience. They're a group that fights for each other, and we're going to continue to do so. I mean, they adjusted and adapted to everything on a whim, it's just a special group. Sorry.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Cheryl Ray Stout, WBEZ.
Hi, James. I know this is a tough loss, but what does your team learn from a game like this?
I think, you just, the heartbreak, you learn from your mistakes and you try not to duplicate the same mistakes that you did. So that's it. I think we all learn different lessons from it.
Is there any solace that next game you're going to have more players back? You'll be able to get a little more feel for having more bodies to be out on the court, be able to do more matchups?
I think, it's comforting that we have some players back. We made the team that we want. We need all of our players. That's the kind of team that we have. I wouldn't consider us top heavy. I think everybody has a specific role and they bring something special. And without each person, it's not good for us. But we try to pick up the pieces and add what we can. But now that some players are coming back, we're appreciative of it.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, James, from the free throw line, y'all shot 19 of 20. How obviously big of a factor was that in staying in tonight's game, and what kind of confidence does that give you in your team's ability to win from the free throw line in future games?
I mean, I think it's really important. Being a team that can make free throws is key, especially when the clock stops. I think we lead the league right now in free throw percentage, so I just wanted to continue.
Thank you.
Nova Wilkes.
Hey, Coach Ray, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, though. Thanks, man.
This is a tough loss, and I hate to ask, but I just want to know, do you know if Diamond was aware of the clock during that that out of bounds play in the fourth quarter when you guys, after the technical free throw, when you guys had 14 seconds left on the clock?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's something that we have to get better at. But that's, I take a little bit of responsibility for that. I talk to them all the time about good energy and stuff like that. And I think for the entire game, our energy was good. And once she took that shot, my energy wasn't good. I was disappointed, and I should have just moved on to the next play. And we talked about that, and we did it for 39 minutes and 30 seconds. And the one time I let my guard down, and the energy just led to them winning the game. So it's a lesson for me. I think, maybe she didn't know, but it was still a lot of game left. And we still had a possibility to win that game, but that's just a lesson for everybody. Just have to practice what you preach.
And can you just talk about the play of Lexi Brown tonight? It seems like she fit in really well with the team tonight. Like it seemed like she's been with you guys since forever. This doesn't seem like this is her first game with you guys. Can you just talk about how well she played tonight?
She was good. Defensively, she was good. She was part of the reason that, we didn't turn over the ball much. She made good passes. She communicated well. Her energy was good. So we appreciated having her here. Appreciate having her here. And, we just look forward to the next game.
Thank you, Coach Wade.
Thanks.
Shannon Ryan, Tribune.
Yeah, thanks. You mentioned that energy factor. I'm wondering though, with you guys had a 10-point lead with about 3.5 minutes to go, I think. And what did you just see as breakdowns and letting that get away from you guys?
We just made some mental mistakes. They were able to get loose on a couple of, ATOs that we weren't ready for. And the communication broke down a couple of times, and they were able to make a little run there. So that's all that was, and we just couldn't close it out. But we'll do our best to be better next game.
Allison Moran, the next.
Hi, James. Very tough loss tonight. I'd say coming in on that buzzer beater. Let's moving ahead to Thursday night's game. You'll have Allie back, and let's talk about Allie for a second. Will she be playing limited minutes, or is she available for the whole game, or how will that go down?
It's a process now. If the game was today, we'll have a time frame. And in 2 days, she'll feel better. We still have to take it to another workout tomorrow, contact workout. And we can decide then. I wouldn't know how to answer that question right now.
Has she been participating in practices to a limited degree at all?
She's been working out. So we've just been rehabbing her and taking her through certain things, but we haven't had the ability to really practice as much.
And how do you, in terms of what you're getting back with Allie and Steph, is that the added dimension that's needed in order to pull this team back into winning form?
I think so, but it remains to be seen. I think we have pieces to win right now, but they're going to add more to us and give us a better opportunities to win.
Like outside shots, for example?
Yeah, I guess. They do a lot of things. They spread the floor, they screen, they move, they attract gravity off the ball. So it's a lot of things. Outside shots is another part of it, another asset of what they bring. Yeah.
You had answered this question somewhat before, but taking the energy seemed a little bit different tonight, a little more upbeat and such, and that momentum seems to be good. How do you carry that forward into your next game?
So it starts with me, and I know that. So they feed off me a lot, and I just have to find it and keep it there and be an example for them. And like I said, I think I was there for 39 minutes and 30 seconds. And I think I just let them down.
Are you toughest on yourself?
No.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much. Get them next time.
Thank you.
Chris Pennant.
Good evening, Coach.
So, Chris,
Mentioned the diamond that the third quarter I felt like was the best third quarter that you played so far this season. And was there an adjustment that you saw something in Phoenix's defense, or I believe she said just kind of ramped up defensively, which led to a lot of turnovers in that quarter. But from a coaching standpoint, what did you see that allowed you to capitalize and cut down that halftime lead?
We went into the locker room really confident about what we had to do, what we had to change to kind of slow them down. We felt that if we did that, it would work. And it did to some extent. I'm not sure the difference in the first quarter. I think maybe they shot it at 40, I guess 46, 44%, something like that in the second half compared to the 58% they were shooting going into the half. And I thought our schemes were solid, more solid in the second half. And we were able to put them in positions where they were taking more contested shots and they weren't driving on us downhill uncontested or we were on the side of them like they were in the first half. And so that allowed us to actually crowd and rebound and get out and have some flow about our game. It ended up working, well for us to get us back in the game and put us in a position to win.
Specifically with Z and Diamond, Z's coming back from the injury, obviously. And she didn't have a shooting night that we might have expected last year, but defensively, she looked pretty solid, especially guarding Griner. What did you see from her, and how do you feel like she's coming back from that?
I think it's a process. Her length is, really special, and we're fortunate enough to have a lot of length on our team. But that with added mobility is always, and the ability to disrupt is always, a luxury to have. But I think she just needs some time. I think she got down on herself a little bit. She really wants it really bad and wants to be there, but it's going to take a little time. But I think she's on her way.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, guys.
We're running a little short on time, so we'll have Lexi Brown up next. Hi, Lexi. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, of course.
We'll start with Eric Wilson.
Lexi, welcome back, first and foremost.
Thanks.
How's it feel to be back on the Skies team?
It feels great. It's been a crazy last 24 hours for me, but I'm just happy that I can come here and help in any way that I can, whether that's energy off the bench, when I'm on the bench, when I'm in the game. I'm just hoping that, moving forward, I could just be that spark plug that I think that they've been lacking.
You were basically brought back to the team and immediately put into the game. Just just a self-assessment of how you think things went tonight, given the outcome wasn't what you were hoping for.
I think I played well. I mean, considering the circumstances, I wish I was able to hit, a three or an outside shot. My conditioning feels great. I did not feel tired out there. So I was just really excited to be back. That ending of that game obviously was heartbreaking, but I think that was probably the best 40 minutes that the team has put together. So it was nice to be a part of that.
Appreciate it, Lexi. Thank you.
Nob Wilkes.
How you doing, Lexi?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to say you played amazing tonight. Coach Wade just a few minutes ago said it was because of adding you to the roster that Chicago was able to cut down on their turnovers tonight, having you as a veteran guard out there. So how does it feel to receive such high praise from your coach on your first game back?
It feels great. For some reason, people don't think that I have the capabilities to run the one at this level. So it's really nice to be able to come in and not throw the ball away, take care of the ball, be able to settle the team down, get people in their spots. Like I said, I was just really happy to be out there.
And going forward, what do you think you can do better to help this team?
Probably just talk a little bit more on the court. Obviously, hit some outside shots, but again, none of these players were really in training camp either. So today was really the first time I was on the court with Sloot, Azare, Ruthie, and Stu, really. So it's just going to be a process. I'm excited about it. I think everyone is really excited to finally get, the full strength of this team together.
Thank you, Lexi.
Cheryl raced out. Oh, Cheryl, do you have a question? Sorry,
I don't, sorry.
Allison, you can go for it.
Hi, Lexi, and thanks so much, Kelly. Appreciate it. Lexi, what was your mindset going into the game tonight? First time on the court with this guy in a long time. So, what was your mindset?
Really, I'm just, out there providing energy. Number one on my list was provide a defensive presence, at the guard position that I think they were lacking. And also just be able to give the guards a breather. I think that we were finally able to get a guard rotation to where, the players weren't completely winded. I didn't feel winded. I don't know if I looked winded. I didn't feel it. So, being able to provide a break for, the starting group without losing the lead, without throwing the ball away and things like that, those are things that I was really focused on.
You didn't look winded, by the way. That last shot at the end, the buzzer beater by Kia. What was your take on it?
I just think that we had a lot of brain farts in that last minute and a half, 2 minutes. But I think that's, that a lack of practice. You got to practice end of game situations. The season has just been so up and down for a lot of teams, but specifically ours. But that's just one of those shots that you make once in your lifetime. I think we probably should have picked up the ball a little bit earlier, try to get it out of her hands. But credit to us for putting ourselves in a situation to win. And if it takes Kia making a shot like that, then we got to be okay with that.
So for the next game, what's the preparation going to be?
I think we just have to lock in on the scouting report. We allowed Skylar to get to her left hand way too much. We allowed Kia to get hot early. I think we did a great job on BG. And yeah, I think we just got to, lock in the last 2 minutes if it comes down to a close game and make plays and value possessions.
Great. Thanks, Lexi.
Chris Pennant.
Good evening, Lexi. Thank you for your time. I got to ask you about the shirt first because, yeah.
Like
is there a specific designer that made that for you?
I got this shirt like maybe 2 years ago. I've been trying to get a picture in it for the longest. I actually saw Kaylani wear it on her Instagram, and I'm gonna have to go. No, Kaylani the singer.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, the singer, and she had it on, and I bought it immediately. So I'm gonna have to find the designer or the Instagram page. I saved the picture somewhere because a lot of people have been asking me about it. But yeah, shout out to Kalani for the shirt.
All right, appreciate that for certain. Kind of piggybacking on Nov's question earlier about having that extra, you being as the experienced point guard off the bench now. Was there any look that you saw in terms of spacing? Because in the first few games, the Sky had a lot of trouble getting their half court offense going. So when you were on the court, especially when you were out there with Sloot, how did you see Phoenix playing that allowed Chicago to take advantage offensively?
I think that they were just kind of daring us to take outside shots. They were going under a lot of ball screens. Every time that on any team I've been on, when you play Phoenix, you want to bring BG out of the paint as much as you can. And even if you put her in ball screen, she kind of, backs up. So they kind of want you to settle for those mid-range shots. I think we did a really good job of, getting to everybody's spots. I think we could do a little better job of making the extra pass, driving and kicking. But for me personally, I think I was open, in certain spots. But again, I haven't played with any of these players. So they don't know where my hot zones are. I'm learning where their hot zones are. And I think that, in a few games, we're all going to be able to put it together.
And then speaking about the roster moves that you've experienced, I know Natasha Mack has been kind of on the same train. How, in a broad sense, how does that affect players in the league who have to go through getting waived and then picked back up or hardship exemptions? And then what would I guess what would you do in terms of making, increasing rosters or making it more effective, easier for players to get time?
I always thought that there was a possibility of me being in a situation like this, but this season in particular is just very strange with the 3-on-3, the Eurobasket, the Olympics, people coming overseas, and then you throw in the COVID protocols, which, can hold out people for an additional week. There's just so many different things going on in the league. And as far as, allowing players to get a chance that they deserve or that they want, we're just gonna have to look at that CBA again. And I've had conversations with other players, with my parents, with my agent, about how that CBA is just kind of not working how we thought it was going to work. So, I don't know how that, I think we've signed it. I don't know how many years we signed it for, but we might have to take another look at that with, the salary caps and things like that. Because at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff has to do with, money. And that's unfortunate. And there's a lot of players I'm looking on the outside. I was one of them 2 days ago, and now I'm here. So it's a blessing. And I'm just going to take advantage of this moment.
Thank you, Lexi. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lexi, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you Thursday in Phoenix. All right, have a great night.
Thank you.
Sorry,